Hey, what is going on YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. This is week number 1 of the brand new LEGO Star Wars MOC series I'm going to be bringing to Brickworld, entitled the LEGO Star Wars Coruscant Clone Base. So yes guys, I am building a clone base on Coruscant. Half of this MOC is actually going to be the streets of Coruscant with several Coruscant buildings and stuff like that in front of the base. So it is of course, like I would mention later in the video, you guys will see the progress that's behind me. It is 2 gray base plates, so it's not a very large MOC, but this is going to give me the opportunity to really put a lot of detail and really test my limits with the kind of small MOC building. I've never really built in like a very small MOC before on my YouTube channel. I usually do pretty large scale MOCs. But before we jump into week number 1, guys, if you guys have not seen week number 1 of my Pirates of the Caribbean MOC called Shark Tooth Bay, please click the upper right card to check out week number 1. Week number 2 is going to be coming out this weekend. Make sure you guys also stay tuned for that and kind of keep a progress on this. By the way, guys, in case you guys are wondering, there's going to be 2 uploads per week on this MOC series because I do have roughly under 3 weeks to kind of finish this up before Brickworld Chicago, which is not super stressful because it's not a very large MOC. I've also been planning this a lot, so I really know basically exactly what I'm going to be building, and school has just ended for me, which is awesome. So I'm going to have a lot more time to dedicate to these MOC projects and to my YouTube channel, which of course is a great thing on top of preparing for college. So hope you guys enjoyed this MOC series. Like I said, please go check out my Pirates of the Caribbean MOC that I'm bringing to Brickworld Chicago. But without further ado, guys, let's jump into week number 1. Okay guys, so the rough outline for this MOC is pretty interesting. Due to the kind of space constraints that I have at this MOC, this is only a 4x3 table. This table is actually exactly 4 foot in length and 3 foot is about right here in width. So this table is slightly smaller in terms of the width category of this, but the 4 feet is correct. The Pirates of the Caribbean MOC is going to probably take up right about this much space. I kind of measured it out perfectly. So this MOC is going to be exactly 2 base plates long. I actually decided to just cut these small base plates just because I don't want to be in the situation where the MOCs are like colliding on top of each other there at Brickworld. So having these just 2 regular gray base plates is really going to allow me to kind of maximize this space. I do want to make these kind of base parts and stuff like that, hanger parts, and I'll get to that in a second, very tall, very versatile with a lot of different rooms and stuff like this. Now that I have this exact layout kind of schemed out, I'm going to show you guys what I want to actually like place in each section. So I'm thinking if you're going to be looking at the MOC this way, right guys, it's not going to be flat like that. It's going to be vertical. Unfortunately, I can't fit that at my table. So I'm going to be building kind of in sections anyways because I want this to be modular so we can just connect like that, just like in the MOC. So what I want to do, guys, is build a kind of hanger section either on this side in the back somewhere. So there's going to be like an entire hanger area that's not going to be too large. It's literally just to fit the police gunship and maybe a few like clone speeders, something like that on Coruscant. I don't want it to be too elaborate, but yeah, there's going to be a fully sized hanger here with like pillars and stuff, all that stuff on the roof there. Going to be all kind of cleaned up and stuff like that. I do plan on actually just using the base plate. I'm not going to waste a bunch of plates on that. And then guys, this area is going to kind of transition into a base area with a lot of different rooms. There's going to be a Coruscant police facility with like the kind of area that you see Ahsoka in during season 5 with like those prison facilities and stuff like that with raid shields and stuff like that. I think that's going to be really, really cool. There's going to be a lot of different buildings spread out throughout here I want to maximize and stuff like that. I do want this to possibly be 2 levels, maybe. I'll see how much room I end up having in all reality. I do also want to build a little exterior out here, kind of in the front area with a little Order 66 scene going on here, maybe even some stuff going on at the hangar. So yeah, guys, this kind of space, I've never built a MOC like this small before, but this is going to really kind of maximize and use as much detail and skills that I have to make this small MOC look like it's very large and has a large kind of appearing to it. That is my goal, guys. I hope you guys are liking it. So now, guys, we're going to start with the kind of portion that I want to start with, which is probably going to be the outside part of this MOC. So guys, there's a lot to update you with. So, as you guys can probably tell, this is what is going to be seen by the public. Of course, the troopers are there just because I just wanted to get a kind of rough estimate of what they will look like when they're on this mock. Basically, these are the streets of Coruscant. So, of course, these streets are made to look very industrial. I went with that dark gray tone. I think it really, really works well with the kind of clone troopers. It makes them pop because I really want this mock to be about the minifigures. I want them to be telling the story in this mock and kind of just have this set in the background. I don't want this mock to kind of like take all the attention away from what is actually happening with the characters, because some mocks do that and I'm not a fan of that. I do believe storytelling is the most important part of a mock and kind of custom creation. I kind of carried out some random kind of greebling stuff. This is not finalized, by the way, guys. This is a rough draft of what this will look like. You can notice that there's actually a few of these kind of puddle areas here. These are just to represent Coruscant when it's raining, because I do believe it starts to rain on that same night of Order 66 or a few nights earlier. It also just makes this look very dark and kind of industrial, like dirty water that's kind of on a street. That's what I was kind of going for. Both of these sides actually do have Technic connection pins here, because I do want to possibly expand this mock in the future, or at least leave that option so I can display this at any angles and kind of add on to it from any angles that I want. That's just something to keep a note. It won't really be seen that much. But then, guys, the back portion is also kind of similar. I used a lot of random tiles. There's a lot of gaps because I actually need to get some more of these kind of transparent, dark, like clear pieces, I guess, or translucent pieces, which is cool. But I definitely wanted to use a lot of random tiles, a lot of jumper plates, and other parts like that to make this look very industrial, very beaten down, like I was saying, guys. And the entrance to the kind of facility clone security base, I guess you can say, is going to be on this base plate. Of course, this is not set up properly. I'm kind of just building one base plate at a time here. But the idea for these gaps here that are going to be here is there's going to be like some sort of market building here. There's going to be like another Coruscant building, of course. Like I said, this is like the upper area of Coruscant, so it's not going to be like super nice, but it's going to be a little bit nicer than the kind of below the life and like downtown areas of Coruscant. So yeah, guys, this is definitely going to be coming along very fast. I do want to make 2 updates per week for this mock series, because I do have well under a month to kind of finish this mock. And of course, it's only 2 base plates long, which is really nice. I have a lot of opportunity to make this extremely detailed and take my time on this mock, which is what I want to do. So make sure you guys stay tuned for week number 3 of this mock series here on my YouTube channel. I cannot wait to produce the next few weeks for you guys. Also, make sure you guys check out the Shark Tooth Bay Pirates of the Caribbean mock series here on my channel. Week number 2 for that will be coming out most likely this weekend of the Kenobi show, which is the end of May into June. I cannot wait for the Kenobi show, by the way, guys. I made some videos about the upcoming Kenobi sets, like the Inquisitor set, and of course the episode 2 Jedi Starfighter. I absolutely love those sets, and I cannot wait to see them in the Kenobi show. In fact, the episode 2 fighter may even be in the Kenobi show. I do believe it's supposed to be a kind of an entire life of Obi-Wan Kenobi. We'll see what they do with it. I can't wait for it. But yeah, guys, like I said, stay tuned for week number 3. Cannot wait, or week number 2, excuse me, of this mock series, and week number 2 of the Shark Tooth Bay mock series here on my channel. So stay tuned, stay subscribed, leave a like if you guys like this video, and I will see you on the next one.